The batteries are powered by industry-leading LFP cells, arranged in a CTB honeycomb structure. Of course, with no compromise in voltage. It outputs at both 120 and 240 volts to support 99% of household applications. A single unit outputs 7,400 watts. So even your big, power-hungry appliances keep going and going. Not to mention full support for EV charging hubs. Connect up to 10 extra battery packs for a whopping 60 kilowatt hours of storage and a 14,000 watt output. Everything's made possible by the Smart Transfer Switch, where you effortlessly connect Jackery 5000 Plus to your home's electrical system. This gives you intelligent control over power from the grid. Recharge the batteries with most third-party photovoltaic systems or Jackery Solar Saga 500X portable solar panels. So, if there's a blackout, your entire home automatically reverts to battery power with no need for a noisy, smelly backup generator. With Jackery 5000 Plus, life goes on uninterrupted, unbound by the limits of the grid.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Jackery Show. James here, your host tonight. What? Guys, don't forget. You guys forgot who I was? Come on, it was only a couple weeks break, everybody. Come on. We're gonna have fun tonight. We do have Fernando with us and Justin. So, guys, Fernando is actually part of the Jackery team. So, if you guys have questions, Fernando will be able to answer those. And of course, you guys all know Justin, and if you don't, you probably should. But we're going to do a great little show tonight. We're going to have some fun. We're going to showcase some very beautiful power stations, something for everybody, starting from smaller stations to the larger stations. We got a little bit of something for pretty much anybody. Whether you're just beginning off with the power stations or you guys are full-blown wanting to run off of your home grid, we got a little bit of something for everything. Now, we do got a couple special little deals going out there. I believe like the 300's on an amazing deal, and we also have like the 2000 plus, which is another really great deal tonight. But we're going to go through this. We're going to show you guys a bunch of cool products. We're going to start with the small ones, and we're going to move up and larger. Trevor, welcome back, buddy. Yeah, it's been a little break, hasn't it? I almost forgot what I was doing. Let's just go there. Give me that much of a break and I forget what I'm doing. I just got to restart over and refresh. Everybody ignore the big cut in the middle of my forehead. I lost a battle. Just going to say it, lost a battle. We're going to start this off with the 100 plus power station, guys. Very cool little power station that I just almost dropped. Now, every power station you guys see here tonight will come with the cabling kit. The 100 plus comes with its own cable kit. This is, of course, a USB-C to USB-C cable. This USB-C cable is a 100 watt pass-through bi-directional, which means it can charge 100 watts either way through this. Now, you're also going to see the 8020 adapter to DC USB-C cable. This is for connecting up solar panels that you guys are seeing there as well. 31,000 milliamps, 99 watt hours of power, 128 watts. That little thing is really powerful in the size of the palm of your hand. 2.2 pounds is all it weighs. Literally, it's maybe 3 inches long by 2 inches tall. This can fit in your pockets, guys. This can go in your purses, your backpacks, and can be taken pretty much anywhere. Because of the size and it is under 100 watt hours of power, it has been TSA approved, which means you guys can take it on an airplane. You guys can travel with this. That means no more using public ports and risking all of your data. You know what I'm talking about. Now, with it, of course, you got 2 USB-C ports. Each of those USB-C ports are 100 watt USB-C ports. Those are bi-directional cabling. Then you also have a USB-A 18 watt port. Now, what you guys are going to notice is I actually charged it. There's 99% battery power. I actually charged it. Can you guys believe that? And if you guys can see, I can sit here and toss it around. It's actually really, really light, capable, and portable. Now, with the device, it's going to take you under 2 hours to fully charge it through a USB-C port on a wall plug at 100 watts. It's actually a decently charge time with that. Now, another cool thing is you guys can actually charge your iPhone 14 about 6 times off of this. For those S24 users, 5 1/4 charges. Now, if you want to, a Nintendo Switch, over 4.5 hours of playtime. For the MacBook Pro 16-inch Pros, guys, 6 hours of usage off of that, which is actually quite decent. Now, on the bottom, has silicone pads. Silicone pads are on every device you guys are going to see tonight. These pads are actually kind of cool. Jumpstart boxes. No, we're only doing Jackery tonight. I don't have Jumpstart boxes for motorcycles. Sorry, Kyle. Now, with today, guys, this is actually a cool little piece. This is a great little piece that's going to do well for you. It's going to just do that. But the portability and the travelability of this is where it's really decently well done. Because this TSA approved, you guys can take it. But because it's 2.25 pounds, you guys can take it hiking, camping, and just use it pretty much wherever you want. Quick charging capabilities is going to do very, very well for you guys. It can do more than that. I've used it to run my Keystone lights. I've used it to charge phones. I've used it to even charge my DSLR batteries from my Sony ZV-E1 to my Sony ZV-E10s. It's a really cool little piece. And there's a $20 clippable coupon on Amazon for you guys for this device on itself, which is actually a cool little piece. I like that they're adding you guys a $20 clippable coupon there. Now, it's palm size, portable, pretty much can do whatever you want. Take it wherever you need. That's where it's at. This is a cool little piece. So if you guys need 100 plus, they got you covered with this. Any questions about the 100 plus, definitely ask. Now, guys, you're going to notice that it's going to take me a little bit getting back to the quicker, shorter formats after doing the long 4-hour to 8-hour shows. I was giving you guys so much detail. I'm still getting back to the shorter formats. So bear with me as we do that. With that being said, we're going to move on to the 240 V2. Now, the 240 V2 is another really cool little piece. 256 watt hours of power in an 8-pound package. At 8 pounds, this, guys, is very, very portable and can be taken pretty much anywhere. Has a handle that's going to allow you to take it and carry it where you need. Just like I said, it's got silicone pads on the bottom. Now, those pads are there for a couple reasons. First and foremost, they want to make sure that whatever surface you set it on, it's protected. It's not going to scratch it, damage it like plastic normally could on glass or paint or other pieces. It's also going to help stop the shocking of the vibrations of anything that it's actually sitting on. Maybe you guys put it on a dishwasher. It'll help kind of calm that vibration down and not send it through the LiFePO 4 cells. And it is a LiFePO 4 cell with this. Now, with this device, 256 watt hours of power that can be fully charged in under 2 hours in standard quick charging mode. Hey AC, welcome. Now, another cool part about this is, guys, you can do what's called emergency supercharge mode, which is part of Charge Shield 2.0. This actually has Charge Shield 2.0 in that. And that Charge Shield 2.0 is going to allow you to fully charge this in a 1-hour charge rate if you click it on in the app. And it does have to be in the app to turn it on for that. Now, with this device, you do have an AC outlet that's going to do 300 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 600 for you. Now, you do have 2 USB-C ports. One's a 100-watt port, bidirectional. The other is a 15-watt port, USB-C outwards only. You also have a 15-watt USB-A port and a 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug. Now, on this one, you also have a flashlight that's going to do standard brightness or SOS pattern for you guys. Now, nice large screen, beautiful handle. It does take a nice large 3-prong wall plug to charge it in that 2-hour charge time if you guys wanted to. Now, it's got multiple forms of protection, LiFePO 4 cells. It's got an intelligent battery management system and a class UL 2743 drop protection. It's also got a fire retardant shell. Not flame proof, but fire retardant. All right, guys? 2 different things. Just know that. When fully charged in 2 hours time on a wall plug, guys, you have 256 watt hours power that can run multiple devices, ranging from a 10-watt Bluetooth speaker for over 16 hours to even a laptop for 3 charges. Now, you guys can also do 12 phone batteries with that. I love the 2000 V2 is actually a really good one. I do agree with you that. We do have it sitting right back there. It's actually set up there. We'll be showing you that in a while. Their new 5000's a beast as well. A really amazing little product that I've been playing with. Now, this one can actually run, let's say, your Wi-Fi router, your modem and router, 15-watt draw. you should be able to get about 14 to 15 hours of runtime with that. Now, you guys could also do, let's say, a 60-watt TV. That's going to be like a 32-inch TV to about 40 inches or so. 4 hours of runtime with that, which is actually not that bad of a runtime with the TV. Heated blanket, 3.5 to 4 hours as well. You guys could do, let's say, your house fan, a tower fan. 45-watt draw for those, about 4 hours or so runtime with that. 11 camera batteries. Now, that's going to be like your 8 to 9 watt camera batteries. Now, you're going to get about 11 of those. That's going to be like the size of, do I have one sitting here? See if I can grab one. It's going to be like batteries like this, guys. So, you guys will get about 11 or 12 of those charges off of these batteries. That means your camera gear is up and running and you're good to go. If you have a drone like the Mavic Air or the DJIs, you guys should be able to get about 4 of those batteries. Now, if you're using the 3CS batteries, that's a bigger battery, you may not get as many charges with a battery of that size. Now, by itself, it's about $249, but I believe there's a clippable coupon on this one as well. I think it's like a $50 clippable coupon. So you're going to get this for about $200, which is actually a great deal. Now, remember, guys, there's a lot of clippable coupons on Amazon today, so do check the product page. I may miss one of those clippable coupons, and I don't want you guys to miss that with that. Now, this is a great one, but guys, you can even pair it with, let's say, the Mini 40 solar panel. Now, when you pair it with the Mini 40 solar panel, you're going to be able to charge it in about 7 hours. And the Mini 40 solar panel is a fully waterproof solar panel. This weighs about 11 pounds total package weight between the two devices. This is a perfect hiking, camping, or all-around quick emergencies. This would be good for like a bug-out bag. For those of you that send kids off to college and you're worried about them not being able to contact you in a power outage, have them have one of these devices like this. This would be great. I think it's like $349. I believe there is, it's either a $70 or $80 clippable coupon on this kit. So if you guys want the kit, there's a nice little discount for you. Just clip the coupon and you're good to go. Now, the Mini 40 solar panel, I'm going to show you guys this. We'll get a little more into this, but I do want to show you guys this. 12 inches tall, 10 inches wide, 1/2 inch thick at its thickest point. Magnetic clasp that pops open. When you pop it open, you guys can hang it just like this and roll around like that if you want, or pop it all the way out. It's a nice sized little solar panel that's going to do well for you guys. This is fully waterproof, water resistant. It's going to do about 23% efficiency even in low light settings. Now, what do they consider a low light setting? Low light setting is going to be like an overcast gray skies or a light drizzle. It's not going to be like okay. I'm going to actually go into that. Give me 1 second, your face, and I'm going to go into that for sure. I do want to answer that one for you. But guys, slightly drizzle, not full black skies. That's not, black skies is not overcast. All right, just going to go there. 23% efficiency, it's going to do 40 watts of draw. Now, your face asked, does rapid charge hurt you, unit? Technically, no. Technically, kinda. It's not going to damage the system, no. So that 1 hour quick rapid charge, it's just that. It's meant to give you a quick rapid charge in case of emergencies. So this is the way I'll go about answering that with a quick thing. So let's say that device is going to give you 100% battery charge for the first 4,000 charges, right? So you're going to get, it's going to fully charge to 100% battery for the first 4,000 charges over the next 10 years. After that time, just like most batteries, it will degrade down to about 70 to 80% battery capacity. So after that time, it'll go to that 70 to 80% battery capacity charge rate. That's what it will do to it. So if you use the rapid charge, it'll make you get to that point a little bit quicker than you normally would on standard fast charging. I mean, it's already got a really quick charge as it is. If you are rapid charging it with like that 1 hour supercharge mode, it will just send you to the 70 to 80% quicker. Now, I run lithium batteries in my car for my car audio, and it still works. It's going to work for a good long period of time. It's just going to get you to that 70 to 80% battery capacity a little quicker. So Yeah, it's not going to damage it, but it will degrade the battery slightly. And honestly, it's not going to do that for a long time. Let's go there. It'll take a while before it gets to that. So hopefully that kind of answered your question with that one. If that's what you're talking about, the rapid charge. And don't mind me, guys. It is definitely hot in this place. It's wintertime. All the neighbors have heat on, so I'm hot. Any other questions? So, guys, like I said, 240 V2 by itself, 240 V2 solar panel, all had discount codes you guys can clip if you guys need. I believe we're going to show you guys one of the originals. We are. We're showing you guys the 300. All right, cool. I actually like this one. This is going to be the original 300. Now, what do I mean by the original? Well, that's because it's in the original housing, original fixture, original lithium chemical mixture. This is not a LiFePO4 cell. It is still a lithium cell, though. Now, with this device, it's 7 pounds. 7 pounds weight, fixed handle. You guys can use it as a weight if you guys want to. Just sit here and do arm curls. Yeah, no problem. If you have questions, definitely ask. If I have an answer for it, I will give it to you. If I don't have an answer, we'll go looking for it. That's just one of those things. Yeah, so another good thing I'm going to tell everybody, because a lot of people don't realize this. Yes, it's a lithium battery in these devices. Yes, you can fully charge it. It should be able to sit with a full charge for about 12 months without a problem. That does not mean you guys shouldn't come and tender that battery off. At least every 2.5 to 3 months, I always recommend plugging these in and charging them. That way it rebalances all the cells out properly. It tenders the battery back properly and keeps it well in range. If you don't do that, it's just going to be like your car battery. If you let your car sit for a year, you go outside to jump it, it may not start properly. Then it'll start, the battery will recharge, but down the line, that battery is just not going to do what it should. So you do want to tender these every so often by charging them at least every 2.5 to 3 months. That's my recommendation. I'm not sure what Jackery says about it. I do it with most of my lithium batteries, including my car. So that's just one of those things. And everybody's probably like, you run lithium in car. It's not an electric car, guys. I run lithium on my car audio. So really cool little piece. 7-pound package, guys. 293 watt hours of power in this device. Now 293 watt hours of power is going to do very well for you guys. Now this is actually going to do some cool things. It is an original charging system, so it's going to take you about 3.5 hours to fully charge this off of the DC plug. Now this DC plug is the 7909 plug. Now, the 7909 plug is a nice, well-done plug that's going to do well. It's going to be the same way you guys are going to connect up your solar panel. It's also going to be the same way you're going to plug in a cigarette car lighter, or you guys are going to charge it in a wall plug. Now, it's got 2 AC outlets. These 2 AC outlets are going to do 300 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 600. Actually, no, not 600. Is that cigarette cover? Do they? No, so some come with them, some do not. It is just depending on like the system you have. So like the 240 V2 does not have the cover. It really doesn't need the cover. Let's just go there. Some have them, some don't. The original ones have them. I believe the 500 doesn't. It was just certain ones have it. It is a cover though. So it is a cigarette lighter cover for this 12 volt 10 amp cigarette lighter cover. Now this has also got a couple other things right here. 2 USB-A ports that do 5 volt 2.4 amps. Yeah, you might want to get a cover for that. And you can actually get covers on Amazon. They do make covers for them. Jackery doesn't, but you can get covers for them. It's just a standard cigarette lighter plug. You guys can get cork covers for them, which is actually kind of cool. There are 3D printed ones out there. There are rubberized ones as well. So if you guys live in an area like that, you can definitely get these covers. not a problem. They do, the Jackery doesn't have them, but they are out there. Now, you also have a USB-C port here, guys. This is a 60-watt bidirectional port. With that 60-watt bidirectional port, you guys can actually use the USB-C port and the DC plug to have this fully charged in 2 hours, which actually drops that 3.5-hour charge time down to 2 hours, which is kind of cool. Now, if you're not doing that, though, you guys have other ways of doing it, but it's kind of cool. Silicone pads, of course, on the bottom for setting it down. Very lightweight and capable of being carried around. On a full charge, you should be able to run a Nintendo Switch for about 40 hours. You guys can do 15 to 16 DSLR batteries. That's going to be like an 8.5 to 9 watt battery. 6 to 7 DJI drone batteries. You guys can do like mini coolers, laptops, TVs. That flat screen TV, guys, if you want to do a flat screen TV, about 4.5 hours. If you have a larger one, like a 75-inch, like I kind of have, 3.5 hours is probably what you guys are going to get with that one. Now, it's a great little piece of technology all in its own right. $169 is the price point tonight. Normally, it's like $260. That's a 35% savings with this. Nice and lightweight. Paired up with, let's say, the 100-watt bidirectional solar panel, and you got a great emergency kit. It's going to be a very phenomenal little piece. And lightweightness. Most people should be able to carry it, including your little kids. I had a little kid carrying this around. One of the things I don't talk about a lot, but we do mention it. Drop protection. Most of these have a 35 to 36 inch drop protection. That's that UL94 or the UL27 or whatever it is, drop protection. I can't remember which one it is. I know the 94V-0 or whatever, that's your fire retardant. So it's going to be like the 2743 UL protection. That's your 35 to 36 inch drop protection. I can tell you, though, I dropped this 9 feet. Not on purpose, but I did drop it 9 feet. The only damage is that little white scuff mark on the plastic. So, it can take a beating, and it still works. If I hit the display, you guys can see right there. 67% charge. So, great little piece. Awesome little option. Does very, very well for you. Now, we're going to move into a bigger station. We're going to talk about the 500. Now, the 500 is a really cool one, if I can get my stuff to work correctly. So let's change camera views. Whoa, that is not the camera view we were wanting, is it? Let's go over here. Let's turn tracking off. Now, we're going to go down to the table. We're going to mention some stuff, and we're going to be like, hey, let's zoom on in. Now, we got a large table of product, and we're going to move over to that device right there. That is the 500. Now, the 500 is a really, really cool little piece. Now, I'm going to move that over a little bit. 500 actually has a flashlight built into the side that I'm going to turn on right there for you guys, just like that. I can turn it off just like that as well. Now, it's a really, really amazing little piece. Now, 518 watt-hours of power in a 13-pound package. At 13 pounds, it is very, very carryable and capable of being taken pretty much wherever you need. Ranging from camping, quick emergencies, home usage, keep it in your truck, your RV, your toy hauler, whatever you really want. It does take a DC plug on the front to actually charge it, so that DC round adapter is going to be your plug to actually charge this device. Ranging from cigarette car lighter adapter to wall plug, which is going to look like a little power brick from like an old school laptop, or if you guys want to, solar panels. On the front, you have one AC outlet. Now, that AC outlet's going to do 500 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 1,000 if you guys need to let it peak. Now, what does let it peak mean? That means if you guys need to push a little extra power through it, it can handle up to 1,000 watts. At 500 watts, it's pure clean power. With it, 5.5 hours is your charge time on the cigarette car lighter in your car or your wall plug. $500 price tag, $100 clippable coupon on Amazon for you guys if you need. If you have, let's say, a 100-watt solar panel, 7.5 hours is going to be your charge time. Now, 3 USB-A ports, those are 5-volt, 2.4 amps. 3 DC plugs, one's going to be your 12-volt, 10-amp cigarette lighter plug. And then you have your 2, I believe those are 6mm DC plugs right there. Now, those are actually kind of cool. When fully charged, you should be able to run a 32-inch flat screen TV for about 7 hours by itself. 30 hours of laptop playtime, 9 hours with a mini cooler. Now, that mini cooler is going to be about a 45-watt draw of a cooler. Electric heated blanket, about 4 hours. Now, if you wanted to, an air pump. Let's say you guys do camping trips and you guys do inflatable rafts. 8 hours on that pump. You should be able to run with that. Blenders, guys, you guys could do so much more. Rice cooker could run off of this. Technically, your window AC could plug in and run off of this. Now, you're not going to get a full hour of runtime on a window AC. You're probably going to get about 20, 25 minutes on most of those window ACs. That's going to be like a 1,000-watt window AC, so that's going to be your runtime. Now, it's a really cool little piece. It's an amazing little package. The device does really, really well for you. The $100 clippable coupons even more amazing than that. Now, what I always recommend with this one is getting the 100-watt solar panel. It pairs well with that 100-watt solar panel. Now, technically, you guys can only plug in, I think it's like one or two of those. I think it's one 100-watt solar panel into this. So, I think it's a 100-watt input peak. So, that's what it is, 100 watts max input. So that no matter which way you go, guys, that's all it's going to charge at. So like a 100-watt solar panel, it's what you're going to get. Now the DC plugs, like I said, those are going to be your 6.5 millimeter plugs. So you get two of those 6.5 millimeter by 1.4 millimeter plugs, if I can remember correctly. Now your upper plug is going to be more like your 8 millimeter plug. That's going to be your DC input. Your DC input's going to, again, like I said, wall plug, cigarette lighter, and all of the other stuff. 13 and a quarter pounds or 13 and a half pounds. That's actually nice and lightweight. It's a phenomenal, phenomenal product. So, really cool little piece. Now, I'm going to move something over because we're going to start talking about the station in the middle. Now, when I do this, I'm going to shift positions because I always get finicky. Let's just start moving over. So we're going to move over to that right there. This is the 1000 V2. Now, the 1000 V2 is a newer product. This is one of their newer drops. It's an amazing little piece. There's a $250 clippable coupon. You heard me correctly. Normal $800 price tag, there's a $250 clippable coupon on Amazon. Now, it's an amazing price point at that point with that $250 clippable coupon. This device weighs, of course, 23 pounds. At 23 pounds, it is very, very lightweight and capable of being carried and transported from room to room, house to house, RV to motorhome, whatever you want. I was decent. Didn't do much. Did not do much, Trevor. I wasn't bad. How was yours? Now, you all listed drop protection is going to be your 2743 drop protection, 35 36 inches, your 94 V-0 flame retardant shell with this. Has 3 AC outlets, those standard American plug outlets. Those are going to do about, I think this is 1500 watts of pure sine wave power through those. Can peak at 3000 if you guys need. The opposite side, you have a 18 watt USB-A port. Then you're going to have the 100 watt USB-C port and then a 30 watt USB-C port above that. You also get that 12 volt 10 amp cigarette lighter plug also as well, and a flashlight on the side. Now the flashlight does 2 brightness modes and SOS pattern. We'll show you guys that on the 2000 V2 in a few. Now, it's going to take you approximately 2 hours in standard fast charging mode to fully charge this device. If you want to, it's got that super emergency charge mode, meant for emergencies. Switch it on in the app and you have 1 hour charge rate, fully charged, up and running. You're good to go. Don't worry about it. Now, with this device, once you're fully charged, you should be able to run space heaters, Bluetooth speakers, projectors. You guys could even do drone batteries. You have just a wide variety of stuff that can be done. 20 DJI Mavic drone batteries. Your standard Starlink, you're going to get about 10 hours of runtime on a standard Starlink. If you have the Starlink Mini, you should get about 20 to 29 hours of runtime with the Mini. 14 laptop charges, approximately 40 cell phone charges as well. Now, if you guys want to, 14 hours with a mini fridge, 1 week with a Wi-Fi router. You guys could even do, let's say, electric drills, chainsaws, and circular saws. Anywhere from 40 to, let's say, 55 minutes with those devices. You guys could do a house fan for about 23 hours. That's going to be like a 40-watt house fan, which is not bad. Coffee makers, electric grills, heated blanket, 12 hours of time with the heated blanket. Coffee maker, maybe 94 to 100 minutes. Your electric grill, 50 to 60 minutes. All right, guys. Unfortunately, that's the way it's going to range. You guys can do a 100-watt movie projector for about 8 hours. You guys could even do a rice cooker for about 3 hours. If you really wanted to, though, plug in that little mini fridge and go for a long period of time with a mini fridge. The portability at 23 pounds is where it's really at. 23 pounds, $250 clippable coupon. It's a phenomenal, phenomenal price point. You guys can also get the 1000 V2 with, of course, the solar panel. And now that solar panel is going to be the 200-watt solar panel. Normally a $1,300 price tag, the 1000 V2 and that 200-watt solar panel has a $450 clippable coupon. You heard me correctly, $450 clippable coupon. You guys can actually save yourself a little bit of money with that, of course, on hand. That brings that price tag down to about $849. So $849, you guys are getting that and one of their larger solar panels. That's a phenomenal price point, guys. If you need the 1000 V2 by itself, great deal. By itself with the solar panel, even an amazing deal. If you had 2 of those 200-watt panels, if you guys had 2 of those 200-watt panels, 2.5 hours is your charge time with that. 2.5 hours. At 2.5 hours, that's a crazy, crazy fast charge time for you guys. Now, with that being said, we're going to go to the Big Brother. Now, your face actually got himself the Big Brother, and that's going to be, well, if we get over to it, let's go over. We got it really, really close up with this one. This is the 2000 V2. Now, the 2000 V2 is an amazing little product that packs quite a punch. 2,042 watt hours of power. Now, 2,042 watt hours of power, but it has full app control. So you guys can actually activate all of the stuff on the front. I'm going to attempt to log into my app. Bear with me, guys, because I am definitely logged out of my app for some reason. Well, you guys should remember your login information if you're going to do this stuff. Just don't follow me and act like I know what I'm doing. What? All right. Now, this is where it's kind of cool. If I want to with the app, I can turn the flashlight on just like that. That's standard brightness. I can go into high brightness mode with the app. Or I can hit SOS pattern where it starts flashing and just going on. I can shut it off. I can also turn on the screen to the front. So if I want to see that screen pop up, see the battery percentage and everything else, it says about 15%. It's time to charge it. I can also turn that screen off. I can turn on the DC plugs or I can turn on the AC plugs. That's going to allow me to run it in the app. And the app is completely free. iOS and Android based, so don't worry about it. Now, the 2000 V2 actually has a $500 clippable coupon today. You heard me correctly. So you guys are going to get it for $999. $999, you guys are going to get a 40-pound device. It's 39 pounds. At 39 pounds, that's very capable of doing quite a bit. 2,042 watt hours of power, has 3 AC outlets. Those 3 AC outlets do, of course, 2,200 watts. That's right. 2,200 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 4,400 if you guys really need to. So let's say you guys really got to plug in that fridge and something else, or that gaming computer. It'll allow for that with this. You have, of course, the USB-C port at 30 watts, the USB-C port at 100 watts, the USB-A at 18 watts. That 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug, and, of course, the flashlight that we were just showing you. Now, fully charged in 2 hours is your charge time on standard quick charge mode. Again, it's got super emergency charge mode, or Charge Shield 2.0. Charge Shield 2.0 is going to give you guys a 1 hour charge time on that wall plug and emergency charging time. Now here's where it's kind of cool. They redesigned this device. It's made with what's called CTB, cell to body technology. So every lithium battery or LiFePO4 cell is individually set in a cell. These cells are made to look like honeycombs or beehives. That's going to keep a couple different things. First and foremost, it's going to drop the size of the device down and, of course, the weight, because it doesn't have to be larger than some of the others. Second, it's going to give it a better shear point, so you don't have to worry about the batteries getting sheared when dropping and all of the other stuff. And again, it's also going to help protect it for drop protection as well. Bunch of great ideas with that. Now, what could you run off of this device? It's a 13-inch long by 10 inches wide device. Guys, you could do a desktop PC for about 12 hours if you really wanted to. You guys could do a lawnmower, leaf blowers. You guys could just keep going and having fun. It's got the capabilities of running so much more. You guys could do a drill, water pumps. Your water pump or air pumps are going to do about 20 hours of runtime. 2.5 hours with the shop vac. That's going to be like your larger shop vacs that, you know, pulling all of the dust in your shop or anything in between. Now, you could do more than just that. Let's go here, because it can carry and do a lot more than just what we were talking about. Because you guys could do a CPAP machine for approximately about 60 hours or plus. You guys could do a 520 watt refrigerator for about 3.5 hours. You guys can do a window AC for approximately 2 hours. You guys could do a movie projector, 14 hours. You could even do, let's say, angle grinders, leaf blowers, chainsaws if you needed to, or 60 cell phone batteries. 60 cell phone batteries, guys. That's going to be like your 29 watt cell phone batteries. 45 drone batteries or anything in between. It's an amazing little piece. And again, guys, that coupon code is going to drop down that price quite a bit for you. $500 off. You're saving quite a bit with that device. If you want the 2000 V2, we also have the deal package of the 2000 V2 and 2 of the 200 watt solar panels. Now, that's normally a $2,500 price tag. There's a $900 clippable coupon. So, you know, normally $2,499. You take, of course, that $900 off the top, and you are going to be spending about $1,600 bucks. At $1,600, you guys are getting the station, 2 of their large 200 watt solar panels. Now, those 2 solar panels are going to allow you to have it fully charged at approximately 5 hours or so with that. Not a bad time. Now, that's with 2 of those. You guys can technically put in up to about 6 of those 200 watt panels and have it charged in about 2.5 hours. That's crazy. So 2000 V2, guys, is an amazing product if you guys are looking for something like that. I'm going to take a sip of water. Now, we showed you guys some of the smaller ones. Now we're going to move to some bigger ones. We're going to go over to, I believe, the 3000 kit. Now, we're going to show you guys the 3000 Pro. Now, the 3000 Pro kit is the station and, of course, 2 solar panels. It's going to come in at $26.99 today. There's a $1,000 clippable coupon on this device. Now, if I hit this table and we hit, of course, this, we're going to move up to the bigger stations. This device does weigh approximately 64 pounds. At 64 pounds, they want to make sure you guys can actually do what you need, take it around, and they gave you some wheels. Now, those are 2 large 3-inch wheels. Those 3-inch wheels are going to allow you to, of course, roll it around on pretty much most surfaces without an issue. Now, with this device, you guys are going to get 3,024 watt-hours of power. That's right, 3,024 watt-hours of power in a standalone device. Now, this device is going to give you 5 AC outlets. Those 5 AC outlets are going to do 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 6,000 if you need. You heard me correctly. It can peak at 6,000. At 6,000 watts, it's a crazy amount of power. You have 2 USB-C ports at 100 watts, 2 USB-A ports at 18 watts, and a 12-volt 10-amp plug. That 12-volt 10-amp plug up there is actually covered with a cape or a cover. Yeah, it's got a cover. Cape. I don't know. Thinking Superman. Did you guys watch that new trailer? Now, fully charging this device, it's going to take about 2.5 hours on a wall plug or 3.5 hours with 6 of those solar panels. When fully charged, you guys should be able to run a 60-watt TV for about 35 hours. You guys can even run a 1150-watt window AC for a little over 3 hours, or that 520-watt double-door refrigerator for about 5 hours of runtime. Now, it does have a little aluminum telescopic handle, but also unlocks a tax credit. You guys can reach out and see about the Residential Clean Energy Credit Program and get a 30% tax credit towards that device. Now, you guys can run a microwave for 2.25 hours, or you guys can also tell my kid, shh, she's coming in. I'm just messing with her. Now, drone batteries, 70 drone batteries if you wanted to, 101 phone charges. That's right. Your 4,300 or 4,300 milliamp batteries. That's going to be like your Samsungs. 101 charges with this. You guys could even do a MIG welder, like your MIG welders. You guys can do a little over an hour and 10 minutes of welding time with this. That's actually kind of cool. Orbital sanders and much, much more. You guys could do CPAP machines for about 53 hours. CPAP machine for 53 hours. I like that. Any questions about the 3000 Pro, guys? Now, the 3000 Pro is an amazing piece. I believe we're going to show you guys the 300 Plus. Yeah, we are. We're just going to show you guys the 300 Plus package deal. The system by itself, there's no price tag. So we're going to show you guys the package deal. All right, we're going to do this. 300 Plus in all of its glory. All right, 11-pound package right here, guys. At 11 pounds, it's $399. At $399, you're getting a mini 40 solar panel and, of course, 288 watt-hours of power. 288 watt-hours of power. 11 pounds, 8 pounds, 2.25 pounds, plus cabling. Now, 7.5 hours is going to be your charge time with the mini 40 solar panel. We'll get back to that in a second. Now, this device has 2 USB-C ports. One's a 100-watt bidirectional. The other is a 15-watt. You also have the 15-watt USB-A port and a 12-volt 10-amp plug on this opposite side. I was pointing to the wrong side, wasn't I? Thanks, guys. Thanks. 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug, guys. That's kind of cool for air mattresses, fuzz dusters, you know, your old car cleaners and stuff like that. Flashlight, standard brightness and SOS pattern. That's all there is. Full app control, individually switched. It's going to take you approximately an hour and a half to fully charge this. That's right, you heard me right. Under an hour and a half, fully charged, you're good to go. Add the solar panel, 7.5 hours, you charged, you're going. If you want to, though, 3 hours is your charge time through the USB-C port by itself, and that's where you're at. Now, just like some of the others, guys, it's going to allow you to run, let's say, what could you run? 3 charges on your little 80-watt laptop, guys, 13 cell phone batteries, 12 camera batteries, maybe 5 to 6 drone batteries. You guys could do that Wi-Fi router for about 14 hours if you wanted to, charging your guys' multiple devices. Add that mini 40 solar panel, and you guys have a beautiful, beautiful kit. 11 pounds is your total package weight with this system. I love this kit. This does really well. Now, this only charges in, like I said, an hour and a half or less on a wall plug. You're good to go. So that's kind of cool. Now, I am rushing through a little bit, guys, because we still have quite a bit of product to get through tonight in the hour time slot that we have. So with that being said, we're going to talk about the 600 Plus, which is actually way up there. Now, the 600 Plus is a really cool system. Now, the 600 Plus is a 16 pounds. It's very, very lightweight. Now, this little lightweight piece is actually $499 tonight. At $499, you're getting 632 watt-hours of power. It has 2 AC outlets. Those 2 AC outlets do 800 watts of pure sine wave power. Can't peak. Yes, I do. I do still build PCs. I do. Now, 800 watts can peak at 1600 if you guys really need to. That's just where it's at with this. Now, USB-C ports. You guys got that 100 watt port. You also have the other beautiful port as well, 30 watt port. Now, I am attempting to get you guys a better look over there. You also have the 18 watt USB-A port, 12 volt 10 amp cigarette lighter plug, and that flashlight that does 3 modes. Dual brightnesses, and of course, SOS pattern. 2-hour charge time is your standard quick charge mode with this Charge Shield 2.0. Can do emergency supercharge mode, 1 hour time if you need to. When fully charged, you should be able to run a car refrigerator for about 6 hours. That's going to be like your little mini fridges. 7 laptop charges. If you guys want to, though, 27 camera batteries, 36 hours with a 10 watt Bluetooth speaker. You guys can even do 13 cell phones if you need. 10 hours with your 45 watt house fan. It's going to be like my tower fan I got blowing on me right now. 5 to 6 hours with a 100 watt movie projector, depending on the projector you want. Or that standard double door refrigerator, about 520 watts. That's going to be about an hour runtime, which is actually decent. Or if you need to, the TV. Keep those kids busy and out of your hair. Have that TV running for 8 hours off of this device. And that's where it's at. By itself, $499, guys. That is your price point. That is an amazing little piece. So, any questions about that, please ask. Now, I do notice that, yep, that's sold out, so we're not going to show that. Checking some things first, guys. We're going to move over to the 1000 plus and dual solar panel kit. Now, this dual solar panel kit's a cool little piece. We're going to talk about the 1000 plus system. So let's zoom on in and let's talk about this little system right here. This is a modular system, the 1000 plus. Now, the 1000 plus kit that we're talking about tonight is the system and 2 of the 100 watt solar panels. Normally a $1,500 price tag. It's got a $200 clippable coupon for you guys if you need to get that a little extra off. 1000 plus. This is 1264 watt hours of power in this device. Has 3 AC outlets that do 2000 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 4000 if you truly need to. Has 2 USB-C ports, 2 USB-A ports. The USB-A ports are 18 watts. The USB-C ports are 100 watts as well. You have a flashlight. That flashlight's going to do, of course, your dual brightness modes and SOS pattern if you truly need. To fully charge this, it's going to take approximately under 2 hours. Up and charged, you're good to go on your wall plug in your car. About 7 hours. If you had, let's say, 4 of these 100 watt panels, about 4.5 hours is your charge time with that device. Now, multiple ports of connection means you guys can run multiple devices off of this without an issue, from leaf blowers, pruning saws, angle grinders, to, of course, your gaming computers, to your window ACs, to even movie projectors, camera batteries, or if you really need to, this full stream. You heard me correctly. You guys can do a full stream tonight. What I always recommend is getting the full kit, though. Guys, get the 1000 plus kit. The 1000 plus kit's going to be the station, the battery sitting above it, on top of it, and those 2 100 watt solar panels. Now, normally a $2,100 price tag. There's a $200 clippable coupon that's going to save you guys a little bit of money. Now, you heard me correctly. You can add a battery, and that battery's sitting right above it. Now, at 65 pounds is your total weight with the system. 65 pounds, you're good to go. You just doubled your battery time, so that means you doubled your actual runtime on all of those devices. You now have 2,528 watt hours of power in this device. Cool part about the 1000 plus is you guys can actually have 3 batteries. So you have the system, 3 batteries total. You have, of course, 5 kilowatts of hour power by the time you add all 3 of those batteries. 5 kilowatts of hour power is actually a good amount of power to pretty much run a lot of different devices. So that is a good price point, guys. If you're looking for it, check it out. Now, we are going to start moving through some other stuff, and we're going to bounce back down to the table. Now, we have the 2000 plus system sitting here. Now, we have the system in the carousel, guys, by itself for like $14.99. Now at $14.99, it's a phenomenal price tag. At $18.99, you guys can get the 2000 plus and 2 of the 200 watt solar panels. But I'm going to tell you guys, always go for the full kit. And we're just going to talk about the full kit, right? The 4000 kit. The 4000 kit's going to be the station you see sitting there, the battery sitting above it, and 2 of the 200 watt solar panels. It is actually 40% off today. It's $2,999. At $2,999, you're getting 4,085 watt hours of power. Now you have 2,042 watt hours of power on the system itself. The system has the 5 AC outlets. Those 5 AC outlets are going to do, of course, 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 6,000 if you truly need. You also have, of course, the beautiful 100 watt USB-C ports, the beautiful 18 watt USB-A ports, that 12 volt 10 amp cigarette lighter plug for the air mattresses, the campers, or any other people. Maybe you guys want to plug in the battery charging cable. You guys can actually plug in a battery charger for your car batteries to charge your car batteries. Not meant for jump starting, just to charge the battery. Now, for those of your standard 3-prong American outlets or your AC outlets, you also have that NEMA plug above it. With this device, it's going to take approximately 2 hours by itself to fully charge, with an extra battery, about 2.5 hours on a wall plug. If you want to do the car, about 25 hours. If you have, let's say, 6 of the 200 watt solar panels, 2 hours is your runtime with that charge rate. Now, it has a battery, but you guys can actually add 5 batteries to the system. When you add 5 batteries, you're going to have over 12 kilowatts of hour power. Cool part is you guys can actually run 2 of these systems in parallel with 10 batteries. The moment you do that, guys, you have 24 kilowatts of hour power. At 24 kilowatts of hour power, you should be able to run most of your home devices without a problem. Just like the 3000, though, it's about 63 pounds, guys, so it does weigh a little bit. Add that battery, you have another 40 plus pounds on top of it. It's a weighted down system with this, but it's a big system, beautifully well done. If you need a large system like this to run your house, you can do that. Now, the 3000 Pro and the 2000 Plus can connect up to what's called the manual transfer switch, which pairs up to your house plug. So you guys can do that through the NEMA plug. If you don't want to go that route and you guys want to just jump over to a big bad boy system, we got you covered with this one. This is the 5000 Plus. Now, the 5000 Plus is 5,040 watt hours of power in a 132 pound package. At 132 pounds, they're like, hey, we know it's going to weigh a little bit. Let's make sure they can move it around. So they actually added a telescopic aluminum handle that folds up into the back. It has 2 large 3-inch wheels. It also has 2 large 1-inch wheels on the front that have locking casters. With this device, if we pop in and go a little bit closer, you guys are going to notice it has 2 USB-C ports, 2 USB-A ports, your 100 watt ports, and you also have 2 USB-A ports, 18 watts, 2 USB-C ports at 100 watts. You also have 4 AC outlets on the front. Those 4 AC outlets can do 7,200 watts of pure sine wave power. You also have that 12 volt 10 amp cigarette lighter plug. Now on the opposite side, and we're going to kind of get into the side of this, and I'm going to try and move it around as we can. I want to show you guys. On this side, you have 2 NEMA plugs. Now you have that 14-30 and you have your 14-50 NEMA plug. Now those NEMA plugs are going to allow you to plug in, let's say, your washers and dryers. You guys could even plug in EV cars if you wanted to. Above those plugs is going to be right here. This is going to be your, of course, AC expansion slot for your STS, your ATS, or your MTS. That's your smart transfer switch, your automatic transfer switch, or, of course, your manual transfer switch with this. Now, NEMA plugs are actually 120 volt, 240 volt dual charging. So you have both of those with that if you guys need to. On the opposite side, we're going to roll it around. You guys can see how easy it is. On the bottom down there is your battery expansion port, because you guys can add batteries. Of course, is your 3-prong AC outlet. And behind this panel is going to be, of course, your low power voltage array and your high power solar voltage array. Not opening that today, guys. But what that means is you have 4 ways of charging this device. First and foremost is going to be your standard wall plug. Your standard wall plug charging time with this, of course, is kind of cool. Now, we can kind of talk about it. It's going to be about 1,800 watts of input through that AC outlet. It's going to take about 3.5 hours to charge it. If you want to do low power voltage solar array, that's like 1,200 watts of solar charging. That's going to be like 2 of their 500 watt panels and a 200 watt panel. 5 hours is your charge time. Now, let's say you guys have a large solar array on the roof of your house, your shed, your garages, your RVs. That's going to be like your large 4,000 plus watt hour power style solar arrays. Your 4 kilowatt solar arrays, right? Under 2 hours is your charge time. This can actually take an input of 4,000 watts. At 4,000 watts, guys, you have this fully charged in about an hour and a half to 2 hours. You're up, charged, you're good to go. Now, if you have what's called the Smart Transfer Switch, the STS, the STS is going to be connected up by an electrician. It's going to be connected up to your actual electrical grid or your power box that comes from the actual power pole that connects to your house with all the manual circuits. When you have it connected up, it will also allow for 4,000 watts of charge rate through this. Now, this system is phenomenal. You guys can get it with, of course, the 500 watt panel for like $4,299. At $4,299, it's a great price point. But I'm going to tell you guys is get the full kit. Get the full 5,000 kit. That's that 5,000 plus 2 of the 500 watt panels and the Smart Transfer Switch for $6,000. At $6,000, guys, you can have this connected up, plugged up, and running your house without a problem. Now, this system's actually kind of really, really amazingly cool because this will actually allow you to do what's called 0 milliseconds of switchover. That means there is no delay. That means your fridge is not shutting off. Your computer's not going to lose data if you guys have a data center or data mining or anything of the sort. Now, you guys could also do what's called sustainable solar charging mode. It's going to solar charge during peak hours, and then you guys can run off peak hours with that. It'll also optimize for scheduling of energy savings. What does that mean? That means if your energy company or your electric company charges you, let's say 56 kilowatts of hour power during hours 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. at night, it is going to run off of the batteries of this system. The moment that 9 p.m. cutoff comes on and he goes back down to the cheaper rates, it'll start running off of the standard wall plug power, and it will start charging this device through that if you want to. That gives you guys real-time monitoring to generation of performance with inputting tracking speeds, which is phenomenally kind of cool because it will actually show you guys the generation of solar power, the generation of wall power. It'll also show you guys the consumption of both of those as well. Fully app controlled for the Smart Transfer Switch and, of course, the system itself. 5,040 watt hours of power means you guys can technically run, let's say, your flat screen TV, your 60 watt flat screen TV for about 2 days, your standard house dryer for about 3 hours, your 520 watt refrigerator for multiple hours, your smaller refrigerators up to about 4 days. You can plug a central AC into this and run it for about 2 hours if you really wanted to. Central AC is a lot of power though. 4.5 hours with your 1150 watt window AC. That's like your standard set in the window, get it up and get going. Now, for those of you that want to connect up even more, you guys can even do that. Don't worry about it. With the Smart Transfer Switch, you have 13 individual circuits that can be connected up to different circuit breakers on your wall plugs. That means you guys can run, let's say, bedroom 1, bedroom 2, your kitchen, whatever you want to. It can do all of that without a problem. Now, the 5,000 plus system, guys, can actually add up to 5 batteries. The moment you add 5 batteries, you have over 30 kilowatts of hour power. At 30 kilowatts of hour power, you should be able to run most of your home for at least 5 or so days. Now, it's kind of cool because they allow you to run it parallel with the second 5000 plus. When you run it in parallel with the second 5000 plus, you can add 10 batteries and you're going to have 60 kilowatts of hour power. At 60 kilowatts of hour power, you should be able to run most of your home for at least up to about 14 days. Now, that's going to be your smaller devices from like your fridges and everything else in between. Add the solar arrays and guys don't have to pay the electric company. You're good to go. That 5000 plus system is a phenomenally beautiful, beautiful product. So if you guys are looking for something like that, I would definitely check it out. Now we're going to move over to the 500X solar panel. We're running slightly behind. Fernando, I do apologize. We're running slightly behind. It's a lot of information. We're going to go here. We're going to grab a media. We're going to play this little video. Now, you guys are going to see the 500X solar panel. Now, the 500X solar panel is, of course, 6 85-watt panels individually connected. Now, this is a $1,000 solar panel. It's approximately 90-plus inches long when unfolded. Now, at 98 inches long, it's a large panel. But this large panel is going to do 500 watts of charge rate for you guys. When folded up, and it can fold up, it's going to be about 39 inches by 20 inches by about 4 inches thick. Now, this is going to do about 25% efficiency in converting light to power because it is a bi-directional panel. It can actually get charge rate from the top and bottom. Now, it is a monocrystalline solar cell. The monocrystalline solar cell does come with a 10-foot cable. Now, that 10-foot cable has an Anderson clip with a DC plug adapter on it. Now, that's a beautiful, beautiful little solar panel that's going to do well for most of you guys. And I call it small, but let's be honest, that is not a small panel. That panel is a phenomenal, phenomenal panel that's going to do well for you. Fully usable with the 2000 systems all the way up to the 5000 plus. So if you guys need a large solar panel, that's going to be the one. Fully waterproof, water resistant for harsh and wet weather. Don't worry about it. Leave it out in the rain. That's what it's meant for. Cool part is even with snow, ain't going to be an issue. You guys are good to go. Now with that, we're going to show you guys their smallest solar panel. This is the Mini 40. Now the Mini 40 is coming in at like $99 today. This is a great price point. 12 inches tall, 10 inches wide, half inch thick. Fully waterproof, water resistant at, of course, 2.5 pounds. You guys can put this in a backpack and carry it around. 23% efficiency in converting light to power in low light settings. This is the size of a 3-ring binder, guys. It's super small. You guys could put this in your kid's backpack and they would take it to school thinking it's a notebook. That's how small this is. This is going to be perfectly set up for most of your smaller systems, from like the 100 plus to the 300s. This is a phenomenal solar panel. IP68 rating like the 500X can be left out in the rain. It's not going to hurt it one bit. This is a cool little piece. If you guys are looking for that Mini 40, they got you covered without a problem. Now, I believe, well, it looks like, okay, so we're going to skip the 100 panel because I think, if I can remember right, looks like the 100 panel is actually sold out. So we're going to show you guys the 100 Prime. So let's do the 100 Prime. I do apologize, guys. It looks like the 100 bifacial is actually sold out. So let's show you guys the bifacial Prime. Now the bifacial Prime is a $194 solar panel that is fully waterproof, water resistant, but is fully mountable for the roof of your RV, your motorhomes. This is actually a DIY panel system. Fully glass panel, so do be careful with this panel, guys. You guys probably saw me drop it on a stream once before. This is that panel. Now, fully aluminum housed, it is a fixed panel that does really, really well. 25% efficiency, converting light to power. Bifacial, it charges from the front and the back. Now, the front, of course, is that dark black. On the back, it is a lighter white. Fully housed with aluminum, stainless steel. It's not going to rust, guys. Has 12 individual holes all the way around the frame so you guys can mount it. It does come with the bracketry. Comes with a 10-foot cable with an Anderson clip with, of course, that DC 8020 adapter plug. The 8020 plug is going to allow you to plug it into most of your solar stations with this. Now, it does come with all of the mounting hardware, which I'm going to show you guys in a second. So let me grab that right now. I do believe I have it sitting over here. So this is going to be your mounting hardware kit. It's going to come with 4 of these Z brackets. Now, these Z brackets are pre-bent, pre-drilled, and of course, painted for non-rusting. Now, those 2 holes right there for your self-tapping screws. The other one, of course, is for your permanent mounting of the actual solar panel. Your solar panel is going to come up here, and it's going to butt up to these ridges. Then you're going to take the bolt and bolt it there. So you get 4 of those brackets with that. You get, of course, 8 self-tapping screws, guys. These self-tapping screws are meant for going through metal, wood, and all of the other cool stuff with that. Nut drive it down, and you're good to go. You also get all the stainless steel hardware nuts and bolts to bracket and mount it down. Now, that panel is going to be great for anybody that wants to. And it can actually work down into like minus, I think it's like minus 40 degrees Celsius, if I can remember correctly, which is like, it's actually super cold. Let's go there. Now, minus 40 degree weather, you guys are good to go. All the way up to about 185 degree weather if you need to with this system. Phenomenal product. So 40 degrees Fahrenheit to 185 degrees Fahrenheit, wide range. Now, I'm going to talk about it though. To get that 25% efficiency in converting light to power, it has to be in about a 20 degree angle. You need that angle so this light can bounce off the back end and bounce back up into it. You don't have to have it there. If you have it flat, guys, you're going to get about 23.5 to 24% efficiency. It's still going to do very well for you. Now, it's up to you how you mount it. If you guys are on a motorhome and RV and can't permanently have it angled, totally understand. Lay it flat. If you guys can't angle it, hey, you're good to go. Now, that's a 35% savings for you guys. It's $194.99. That's a phenomenal piece. Now, we have one last solar panel tonight. Now, this solar panel is going to be the 200-watt panel. This has got a $140 clippable coupon, but if we pop over here, we actually have a video. This is the 200-watt Solar Saga. It's IP68 rating. Again, about 24.3% efficiency in converting light to power. It actually has what's called a sunlight angle indicator in this carrying bag. This is a large solar panel. This solar panel weighs approximately 21 pounds. It is, again, about 60 plus inches long or so. It's a long panel when folded all the way out. Now, compatible with the 1000 V2, the 2000 V2s, and the 1000s and up. So it can work on most of these stations. It's going to do very well. It's IP68 rating, again, fully waterproof, water resistant for harsh and wet weather, can be left out in the sun, and just set up and on the go. Comes with a 9.5 foot cable. That cable has 2, of course, of the 8020 plugs. It's a 90 degree angle or straight angle plug for you guys if you need to. Now, it's very, very beautifully well done, which is kind of cool. It does come with a carrying bag, user manual if you guys need the user manual. This is an amazing, amazing solar panel. You guys can see right here. Should take you approximately 30 seconds or less to connect it up. You're going to notice the moment I plug it in and I power on the system and I grab that camera, I'm already grabbing about 150 plus watts of power. What you also notice is that solar panel was not completely flat. It was also not angled properly. If you do what you're supposed to, angle it correctly to the sun and lay it completely flat or completely straight and not have bends and stuff, you're going to grab more light. You're going to get, of course, all of that power. That's all there is to that system. It's a really, really phenomenal, phenomenal solar panel. So if you guys need 200-watt solar panel, might be your options. Now, that is the last product we have for you guys tonight on this show. What I can tell you is I will be back on the 1st. And on the 1st, we're going to have a 5% discount code for you guys that's going to go active and you guys can start using during these shows. Now, with that, we hope you guys have a great evening. We hope we'll see you on the next show. As always, hit that follow button, hit that live notification button so you guys know when we go live. Trevor and everybody, thank you. Fernando, thank you for hanging out and helping me, of course. For everybody else that's been watching, much love, much appreciated. And we'll see you guys on that next show. Have a good evening, everybody.
This is Jackery 5000 Plus. The batteries are powered by industry-leading LFP cells, arranged in a CTB honeycomb structure. Of course, with no compromise in voltage. It outputs at both 120 and 240 volts to support 99% of household applications. A single unit outputs 7,400 watts. So even your big, power-hungry appliances keep going and going. Not to mention full support for EV charging hubs. Connect up to 10 extra battery packs for a whopping 60 kilowatt hours of storage and a 14,000 watt output. Everything's made possible by the smart transfer switch,